Welcome once again to Cheesy Dan Reviews. Today on the plate, we have yourpie. Yourpie is actually a restaurant that started in Athens, Georgia. It started in the year 2008, and if you're familiar with the 2008 financial crisis, you know if a pizza place survived that, that's actually a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but we survived, and we still have each other.
So, gotta be pretty good. In fact, they've now franchised to the point where they're in about 70 different locations.
Wow.
Which, hey, good for them. I haven't had them yet, so I guess hopefully that means it's good. The only thing that seemed a little strange to me, they actually say that, and it even has it on the box, that they sell gelato. Just doesn't seem like something you would normally put together with a pizza place, but, hey, maybe I need to try that next time too. But you know what we gotta do? We gotta take it, we gotta put it on a plate, we gotta eat it, we gotta give it its Cheesy Dan score. So let's do it. To determine if this cheese is worth your dough, we're gonna judge it based on its appearance, its day one taste, its value. Take a slice and stick it in the fridge, come back on day 3 for the reheat. We'll take all 4 scores, add them together, divide them by 4, and then we'll know the cheesy score. All right, let's open up the box and see what we got. Honestly, a pretty good looking pizza. It looks like it was cooked pretty well out to the edges. The cheese coverage is really good. You can see that it does make itself all the way out. There's a couple of the little pockets here, but I actually don't mind those. Overall, not too bad looking. I'm gonna say this, for my day one appearance score, I'm gonna put it at 7.5. It does look like a thin style crust cheese pizza. It is described as a large, and it definitely is that. It kind of feels like to me when I look at it kind of between a medium and a large, but overall very appetizing looking. I'm not seeing a ton of grease, so not too bad. Now before I take my first taste, because I don't want necessarily my taste to impact the value score, this one came in at $14.99 before tax. So at $14.99, with the average sit-down restaurant pizza being anywhere from $18, $21, somewhere around that, this one's actually quite affordable. It is definitely not a specialty, while they do have some specialty cheeses, like one called the Great White, and that one's actually still also under that price range too. So for a sit-down restaurant, that's actually pretty affordable. That's almost getting into takeout fast food style pizza prices. So for a price or a value score, I think this one does very well. I'm gonna put this one at a 9.5. And I know, again, that seems like a lot of, a high score for a $15 just cheese pizza, but when you compare it nationally, that's actually a pretty competitive price. So not too bad there. I guess the best part yet is going to be the taste test. Now I'm gonna let you look at it and you tell me, which slice do you think I should pick? I think, just because I'm definitely feeling hungry, I'm gonna go with the biggest slice. I'm gonna go with this one right here. So let's pull this one out, come back here. Now that we got a chance to see it all pulled out, you can see it is very well and evenly cooked. A little bit of grease, but really nothing too bad. Let's give it its taste. So this one, it's kind of funny how you have memories that come back to you from a long time based on taste or smells or things like that.
That's where the memories are stored, Mom.
This one really reminds me a lot of a pizza I used to eat back up in Massachusetts at a place called Pizza Connection, which doesn't even exist anymore. It's got a sweet tomato sauce. It's a little hard to describe because you still have the tomato taste but sweetness, whereas some of them are just plain sweet or way too strong with tomato. This is a good mix. The cheese is in mozzarella, so it's going to be a standard mozzarella taste, but it's very evenly cooked. And the bread itself, it is a thin crust, but it still has a little bit of body to it. So overall, day one taste, it's quite good. I would say for a day one taste, I'm gonna put this one at an 8.5. I think it's honestly kind of surprised me. I hadn't had a yourpie before, and maybe it's a little bit of nostalgia. It reminds me so much of pizza when I was growing up.
If there's one place in the world I'm nostalgic for, it's that restaurant.
Good start. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and stick a slice in the fridge. We're gonna come back on day 3, give it its day 3 reheat score, and then we'll be able to tell you what the Cheesy Dan score is. See you then.
3 days later.
Welcome back for day 3 of the My Pie Cheese Pizza. Now that we've gotten out of the fridge, take a look at it. Looks really good. Doesn't look much different than it did on day 1. Looking forward to eating this one. Only thing we got left to do, let's heat it up. Now that it's heated up, let's let it cool off a little. I think I accidentally cooked it just a little too much.
You overdid it.
Oh well. So, let's give it a taste. Now that it's all heated up, you can see I did leave it in there a scotch too long, got distracted. Oh well, I'm not gonna hold that against it because it's not too bad anyway. Let's give it that taste. Really good, really good. You can't really hold anything as far as overcooking a little, which some people would say it's cooked perfectly. I don't think it was done too bad, so great taste. Not much flavor degradation or loss. I was able to give it an 8.5 on day 1. I feel really solid that I could give this an 8 on a day 3. This is most definitely a pizza that you wouldn't have a problem reheating after you had some leftovers. And I'll say this on a separate note, I did get a chance to let some of my kids do a taste test, and all of them agreed they liked it as well.
You have to try this.
Now, their tastes aren't always as picky as mine, sometimes more so in other ways, but when we all agree on one, that's usually a good sign. It's a winner. Now, with that score of 8, that makes this the new reigning champ of the Cheesy Dan pie chart.
We are the champions!
This is now number 1. It even beat out Johnny's New York style, mellow mushroom, Sarones, every single other one, and it barely took the top spot with a cheesy score of 8.375. So fantastic finish for what is a Georgia pizza coming out of Athens. So that's fantastic news. Glad to see that they're doing well. And I could say if you can look up and you have a you have a yourpie in your area, I'd say give it a shot. Go give it a try. It is a franchise, but man, it's good pizza. So hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have some recommendations too for me. Make sure you put those in the comments so that I've got a couple other things that I could try as well. I'm going to be doing some local series too in the future, doing more pizzas that are local to my area. So if you want to see those, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification icon so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And make sure, as always, until we eat again, stay cheesy.